Oh no! What's up, fish tank people? Dustin's Fish Tanks bringing it to you on a Friday. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. I am in Messy Maya's room today and I want to show you something that's going on. She has the wonderful F35 from our friends at Fluval. And I gotta tell you folks, I love this tank. I've intentionally let the water go down. I'm gonna give you an update today on what's going on in this tank. And I'm going to give you a quick lesson in something that potentially save you from killing your fish even though you think you're doing them a favor. Here it comes. You like the headset? So I'm in here, I'm in my daughter Maya's room. My daughter Maya, for her Christmas present, got a computer from Unky. This is my daughter's computer area. You know what she looks up all day? YouTube videos. How hilarious is that? My daughter looks up YouTube videos all day. JoJo Siwa. Any parents out there know about JoJo Siwa? Anyway, so she's sitting at this spot all the time. Why is this relevant to the fish tank this is next to her? Here's why. This is the F35 from our friends at Fluval. This is Escape, Rockscape, Dragonstone, done by my man Kevin Kelly of the Brooklyn Hardscapers. And I love you, Kevin. I don't talk to you enough. You're an amazing hardscaper and a beautiful man. But that beautiful man right there has this tank, and this tank has gotten its water level low. When the water level got low, I noticed something. I came in here the other day to help Maya out, and I looked down at the floor. What did I see on the floor? I see a plug. This plug sucks. Why do we have a plug here? What is this plug doing? What does this plug go to? Oh, it goes to this filter. Here's the problem. Guess what happens if you plug this plug in? Now look. I've been here before. You guys recall the no maintenance, also known as the high maintenance tank? Yeah, I've rolled into there after a week of not attending that tank and found the FX4 was unplugged. So we have been here before. Here is what you don't want to do. You don't want to assume it just got unplugged. Now, if you're screwing around with it, you unplug it and you plug it right back in real quick, you should be good to go. But if you leave that plug undone, or you just know that it probably hasn't been plugged in for quite a while, here's what you got to do. Alright, so this is the canister filter that comes with the F35. This is unplugged. Now, I don't feel like undoing all this, but fortunately, these have the quick connect on them. All of the Fluval series have this, the 106, 206, 404. Now it's like a 406 or whatever, but basically the design works like this. You flip this up, and then you flip this up, and you can remove it basically without getting, and I say basically, there's going to be a tiny little drip of water, but without getting water everywhere, this seals off. Now, what I'm going to do right here. So that's all the more drip you got to worry about. Now, this is connected up here like this. Try to catch that in there. Come on, camera. Connected up through here like this. I don't have a screwdriver handy, but it goes through here and it comes out the top. So this is off. So there is still water in these things, but these are off. This is pretty slick though, because you don't have to have anything along the back line here. So that's disconnected. Now I want to show you what's inside of here so you can understand what you never want to put back into your aquarium when you find your filter unplugged. Okay, fellas, fathers, whatever you are, this is a hide the women and children problem. You know why? Because the water that I'm about to dump out of this filter is going to smell like rotting eggs. And nothing's worse than a pissed off wife who comes home. My wife can't even smell that good, and she can smell it when I dump a filter out. So make sure nobody's around. If you do this, make sure you open the windows, because it is going to stink to high heavens. Here we go. I'm going to take this out right here. Now, instead of just dumping this out, I'm actually going to reconnect it. As I pull it through the hole there, I'm going to take this out and I'm actually going to reconnect it. Now I don't know if it's actually going to work because I don't have both ends on here, but I'll hold this up. You can see this right here, and I'm going to reconnect it with a separate pipe that I got handy. I'm going to put this in here, clip this down, then I'm going to take this right here and then I'm going to plug it in. Okay, now I don't know if it's going to work because I don't have the other in and output connected. I don't know if I'm going to get a pump. Worst case, I dump it out, but I'm going to plug it in so you can see, and hopefully you can do yourself a favor and never do this. If you see your filters unplugged, you'll see just how nasty the water is that's going to go or would go back into the tank. Here it comes. Bend her back. Oh. Alright, so she's trying to pump. I'm about to plug this other end here. So I'm gonna have to actually just dump this water in here. I wanted to give you an example of what was coming right out of it, so I am gonna show this. You can't smell it, but this water is not exactly great. This doesn't do it justice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dump this into here. So I use the slick disconnect right here. So this is slick. The first time I used this, I was stoked. So this flips up, this flips up. Then we're gonna take this. Camera guy, you catching this? Oh wait, there's no camera guy. Andrew's at lunch. So I'm gonna dump this in here. And what I'm trying to do is all this water in here, I'm trying to dump out because I don't want any of this foul, been sitting here water to be going back into the aquarium here. So unfortunately, all the bacteria is going to be in there dead. Now what I would do is drain and fill this a couple of times, but I'm actually going to do a water change on this while I do it. And this is actually, it's not coming directly out the output, but I do want you guys to see this in just a second here because this is pretty nasty water at this point. And I'm getting it all out here. Okay, how's that? That's the nasty right there. Okay, so you can see here, this is the foul water. This is the nasty. You look down in there, you can see it's not clear, it's foul, it's got chunks in it. And this is not good for unser aquarium, your aquarium. This is not good, this is not sexy. Doesn't smell the best. It's actually not the worst smell I've ever smelled, but this nasty water, if you were to plug your filter back in, just walking up to it and plugging it back in, is all gonna get pumped into your tank. You're gonna have an ammonia spike and you're gonna kill your fish. Guess how Dusty knows this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna dump this out, we're gonna refill the filter, we're gonna clean it out, we're gonna do a little bit of water change, we're gonna get this sucker back in action. Dump this in here. Oh no! Drop the metal clip. Now I gotta do it. Now I didn't want to do this. Here it comes. Dusty's gotta get the O-ring. You ready? Ah! Into the toilet. Ah. I've touched worse. Goodbye, poop water. Say hi to Karen. Anybody else got kids? Look at these things. Alright, it's a little too warm. Go colder. Now I could just go and put everything back together, but it would pump some nasty stuff out. My wife and kids aren't home, so the bathroom's already dirty. Heck with it. Why not disconnect this thing? We'll show you how this works. Those of you not familiar with these filters, you can disconnect these and you just kind of like pop up, and then this pries up, and you can lift this off here. Pretty slick, and then you can take out, you clean these, but this slides out right here, and then I'm gonna just clean these. I'm gonna leave the bacteria in here. I'm going to leave that all alone. I am rinsing these with chlorinated water. I don't feel bad about it because there's going to be enough tank water in there, whatever, but I'm going to rinse these pads out just because. And then you can see the wonderful filter sass right here. Oh yeah, look at that. Wife would love knowing I'm doing this in the bathroom. I'm going to rinse these suckers out. It's nasty out of here. And I'm assuming that the beneficial bacteria is already dead, so whatever. I'm just going to rinse these out. The Econo rinse. Set these back in here like this. Looking good. Looking good. And I want your feedback. If you've ever used a Fuval filter, you think there's a better canister on the market, you let me know what it is and why. Because I've been in love with these since Tony Roberts gave me one back in the day. And that is how you trash a sink. But whatever, fixing my kid's tank. I'm working, honey, I'm working. Okay, so I'm gonna slide this pad back in here like so. Pads are clean. I did add some dechlorinator to this water right here. And I'm just gonna slowly, there's no way I'm not gonna make a mess doing this, but I'm gonna pour a little bit in here just to fill this up a little bit. Now, this has dechlorinator in it, but I'm just doing this to kind of top this off. There is gonna be some nastiness pumped back into the tank. It's kind of unavoidable, but I like fill these up. You actually don't have to. It's got a primer on it, but I like to fill it up beforehand. I've got it disassembled, why not? I got the little jug, so filling this up most of the way. And getting ready to put her back together. Put this together back here like so. Make sure you get that part squared up. this on here like this. Flip this down. Clip it up. Boom. There's one side. Clip that up. Now we gotta connect the hoses. I set this back in here, and look, I can do this with one hand. Stick that in there. Push her down. Boom, there, clip. Boom, here, clip. Hear the water come in there? Coming in there. Nice. Little pump. Now what you gotta do is you gotta plug it in right here. Dusty's gonna plug it in. Now how big of a mess am I gonna make of the tank? That's the question. So I'm gonna take it, plug it back in here, and here comes the water. And it's gonna bubble and it's gotta stutter a little bit. And we're back in action. Hear that little churning? Now the nice thing is that the water level is above that. The water level is low actually because I was getting the moss growing out the side. I need to do a video on air plants for you all, but oh, a little trashed, but not to worry because we're gonna let the filter run. So yeah, I probably should have rinsed a little better, but that is to be expected. Here we go. And then once this thing gets pumping, it's on. So it should filter this out pretty quickly. So we'll let that run a little bit and we'll see how fast this thing cleans out. How sick are these air plants, by the way? Hey, Messy Maya, Daddy messed your tank up. Give it a minute. And I am gonna go ahead and top off the rest of this tank with dechlorinated water using extra dechlorinator to get this thing rolling here. Anybody got an American Girl doll? And here's how we are looking after turning the filter back on and adding a little bit more water to it. You can see the Variatus coming out in the mix for us. Love that fish right there. The plants are all happy. The American Girl stickers on the side are happy. I know you parents got some of those. Do me a favor, folks, real quick. If you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button or the notification button. Drop me a comment on your favorite canister filter and why. Or if you've ever accidentally killed a tank by plugging a canister that had been undone back in. Everybody have a fabulous freaking week. Subscribe and tank on. Later!